Hello. Hello there, hello there. You was expecting, am I working? Yes, I am working. You was expecting Monday Night Retro. But I am full of cold and didn't fancy doing Monday Night Retro, but what I did fancy doing is not telling anyone, but just turning on the stream and doing some painting. So that is what I'm going to do. Mort, hello mate. Yes, this is totally not planned. This is just a momentary thing where I thought, I don't want to waste Monday. Normally I would definitely be doing, it's a damn shame that's happened right on top of Monday Night Retro episode 100. But I want to do that episode when I'm feeling, you know, bang up for it. And right now I'm not feeling bang up for it. So we can get something done, I'm going to continue this project that I've started for Rangers over Shadow Deep. I have a whole bunch of miniatures here. There should be, I know mate, yeah, episode, yeah, I know, 100 episodes, yes. So we did episode 99 last week. So today would have been the big one, but unfortunately I'm not well. And it's not something I'd want to do when I'm not feeling 100% for episode 100. So thanks mate. So yeah, we're probably going to do that next Monday. But, oh, hang on. Let me mute myself. But I am well enough to sit here and maybe crack on with some of these kind of, these aren't important miniatures, these are your sort of filler miniatures. So we've got a bunch here. We've got like some zombies, we've got some rats, and we've got some big old spiders, and this is all for the first mission of Rangers over Shadow Deep. So I figured, why don't I sit here, put some music on, sit and have a, you know, a little chat with anyone who wants to come and say hello. So yes, Mort, how are you doing? I'm painting what should be some very simple miniatures because they are just, they don't need fancy paint jobs. Most of it I'm hoping I can do with an airbrush, and a bit of dry brushing. I also did pick up this cat as well. I had this kind of lion tiger type cat, which I'm going to replace for my warbear. So the warbear I was going to use in my warband. But really it's too big. It's really nice. Yes, they are all metal. Yes, well, they are all metal miniatures, but it's too, whilst I really want to use it, maybe I can use it in later games, it's just too big. So I'm going to sub out this big old warbear for the cat because it's only a few points in the game. So yeah, we're going to use this cat model instead as my warhound. I think it's a dog, it's a warhound, but I haven't got a dog miniature, so we're going to use that. So everything else for the warband is done. So we've got my barbarian, my archer, my mage, my actual ranger. Now these are all painted years ago, so they all need basing. So the only thing I've done with these guys is I've put them on proper bases, and then we're going to base them at some point. So that's all good to go. So my warband's good to go. But it's just the enemies for the first game. And in the first game, the tarantulas actually aren't in the first game. They're in the second part of the first mission, if you get what I mean. In the first mission are giant rats and zombies. So we need to get those guys painted up first. But I'll probably prime it all together and then go through it. So I do need, if I don't spray onto my cloth directly here, spray onto this old dirty cloth I've got here, old paint rag I've got. Right, so my airbrush is all primed up. I did remember to clean it last time, which is always helpful. Sometimes I forget and I leave paint in it, which is a nightmare. So we're gonna start with the priming first. So the first stuff I've got is I'm probably just gonna go straight grey. I'm not gonna bother doing any zenith or evening mate, what is the game? This is for a game called Rangers over Shadow Deep, which is a game that came out during COVID time, and is really meant to be like a solo tabletop game. By the way, Duffy, cheers for coming in and saying hello mate. Yes, it's supposed to be it's a tabletop war game, but really designed around solo play. You can play with multiple people, but back in COVID times, a lot of us tabletop war gamers, obviously it was really difficult to get a game with anybody because you couldn't physically see anyone. And you could do games online and you could, you know, talk to each other over a phone or something and move miniatures around. So a lot of game systems out there brought out solo rules. So you play against a system, and that system might be governed by a deck of cards or by some predefined rules or the roll of a dice or whatever. Rangers over Shadow Deep. I'm trying to think where my book is. It must be behind me because normally my books are all to my right here, but I've been reading through it recently, so I think I've moved it over there. Well, I might have taken it up to the house. But anyway, yes, Rangers over Shadow Deep is a solo game. So, yes, it's the same people that did Frostgrave more. Yes, so Frostgrave is more of a two-player game or multiplayer game, I guess. And Rangers over Shadow Deep is a solo version, similar rule sets, that sort of thing. Where you build a warband and you follow the book, you do the missions, and it's quite nice because it's almost like a build paint as you play. So basically you don't need to make stuff until you're on that mission. So the first mission for me is firstly getting my warband sorted, which I've done. They just need basing, and then these bad guys to go with it. So like I say, we've got the rats and other bits and pieces. So yes. Oh, excellent! Painted a Zombicide. Painted a good few of my Zombicide zombies during COVID. Not played a solo game myself. Got an Alien board game that had solo play. Nice. What was it? Was the Alien board game? Was it Nemesis by any chance, or was it actually a branded Alien? The best Alien board game I've played is not actually called Alien. It's called Nemesis. If you like aliens and the alien world, the Nemesis board game is fantastic. And there is a box you can add to that, like an add-on, which does then do a whole solo play. So. Right, let's try and see how we go. But yeah, there was a bit of a boom for solo games during sort of COVID times, just because well, you didn't really have much choice, you know. All I'm gonna do is just use the airbrush. I'll try and bring it on screen a bit more. Just use the airbrush here to give everything. Now, I'm not gonna go too crazy on these because ultimately these miniatures are gonna probably be on the table for 5 minutes before my guys kill them off. So. As much as I can get away of using an airbrush, that is what I will do. I'm just giving them a very quick blast of a grey primer. I use what's called Stynel Res from Badger. It's probably my favourite airbrushing primer. Yes, I am cross-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, Duffy. Yes, I have previously done it across because Streamlabs I find it's very easy to use, and I've gone across Facebook, of Twitter, everything. I've streamed to about 5 different platforms in the past, but I originally started on Twitch. That's where I began everything I did. I've slowly migrated to YouTube just because I really found it hard to get any traction on Twitch. And Twitch is, I think, a better live streaming platform. But well, that used to be true. I don't know how true it is now, really. I don't know. But you know, if you can do, you might as well stream to multiple, right? So, but Streamlabs makes it super easy. So we get all the spiders done as well. Oh, okay. I didn't know you also started out on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I didn't used to do like normal video content. I only ever did live streaming, and really, I only ever live streamed painting and board gaming. Only when I started to get back into sort of retro gaming. I've always been into gaming. I have live streamed lots of video games before, but only when I started doing other bits and pieces that I really started doing more YouTube stuff. I used to use YouTube as a bit of a backup, really. I'd put stuff on YouTube. I'd export it from a Twitch and stick it on YouTube as almost like a backup. I mean, to be honest, now there's so many different platforms. Oh, there's West Ham playing tonight, though. Well, good luck to you, mate. Thanks for coming and saying hello as always, buddy. Yeah, I've always much preferred the live streaming content as both a watcher and as a doer. I much prefer doing live streams than I do static content. So yeah, that's kind of where I've always fallen back to the live stream. But I hope you enjoy the football, mate. Hope you get the result you want. I'll be at the West Ham ground next year because that is where Iron Maiden are playing next year. So. Right, that's kind of my base grey down. Just see if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. Always good to check. Or you empty the airbrush. No, you don't have to pay for multiple streams. No. I'm going to say that. I don't think you do. Now, I am a Streamlabs like Diamond member or something because I've been using it for so many years. So I don't think you have to pay for it. But now you've got me questioning to whether I have some sort of lifetime membership or something. Because I am the top tier, which I don't think I did anything special with. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think you have to pay for at least a couple of streams. They might have to do for more. But yeah, let me try and find that out, Duffy, and if I can do, I'll message you. But it's super easy to do. Yeah, I'm like a platinum. I think I've got like sent the hat, the t-shirt, the hoodie. I've got so many Streamlabs bits of gumps that they send me. So I think anyone get. I'm nothing special. I'm not like a big streamer or anything. I'm nothing special. I think it's just literally a length of time thing, not a you're a big deal thing. Right, we can let all these kind of dry off now. But yeah, let me do some research stuff here, and I'll drop you a message. Because I am genuinely hoping I might hit these with a little bit of a zenithal just to help me out. I might just hit from a little bit of white from the top. Then I can just literally hit them with some contrast paint to make life easy. The airbrush is empty. I'm going to grab a little bit of this one, which is the Stynylrez white. So previously we used this one. It's a Stynylrez grey. I'm going to use a tiny amount of this and just a little blast from the top. Probably won't even need as much as I've now put in there. Okay, so I'll start from this end. These will be dry. I'm just doing it directly from above. Yeah, so my plan with this game is to paint a mission as I kind of do it. So I'm going to paint these up, then play the mission, then look at what's next, and then play that mission, and so on and so forth. So I don't have to try and have the entire game painted and ready to go. I can just sort of paint and play. Bit like if you're doing a D&D campaign or something and you just looked at what was in that next part of the story and just prepared for that next part of the story rather than trying to prepare the entire campaign, which could obviously be a massive headache. So yeah, that is the plan. Right, I'm going to grab some tissues. Oh, we missed a zombie. I didn't realise that. We've missed a zombie. See, this is why you don't empty your airbrush straight away. Okay, right, so now we'll let these dry off and we will start to one thing I am going to do is base, whilst that's drying, I'm going to bought a new pot of mud this weekend. Here we go, £4.75 for a pot of bloody textured mud. And I'm going to use it quickly to base some of those other miniatures. It's probably a much cheaper way of doing this. I didn't want to take the whole lid off, but fine, I'll take the whole lid off. Yeah, so Yeah, so all I'm going to do is just cover the bases. Just like that, basically. And then afterwards I can add some rocks and bits and pieces. But we can get these loaded up because they can just sit there then and dry, because this stuff will take a chunk of time to dry. I'm not being too careful. If I get it on their boots and stuff, I'm not that bothered, because oh, I don't want to drop the miniature, but I'm not too bothered about getting mud on the legs or the boots of the miniature. I'm not going to go too crazy. I don't want to cover the miniature in mud, but I don't care about a little bit of it splashing up onto the miniature, because they wouldn't be super clean. I did used to have a much bigger pot of mud. Vallejo had like a pot they did, but it did all dry out, so I do need to. I will actually get some more of that stuff, because that was much cheaper. I think that was like maybe £20, but it was a big tub. Definitely more than 4 times. Like if this is £5, it was definitely more than 4 times the size of this tub. So it was definitely worth having, but I think I just didn't either seal it properly or a dodgy seal on the tub or something, and it just didn't it dried out. There's no two ways of putting it. They do a snow version as well, so I have got that as well. If anyone is there, let me know if the music's too loud or not loud enough. It should just be a bit of background music, really. I don't know if anyone's... If no one is there, that's absolutely fine. And if you're just lurking and not typing, that's also fine. Just if someone is, let me know. But I'll assume it is. And if I go a bit quiet, it's because if there's not much chat going on, I'll just crack on, basically. Kind of why I like these streams, because they can just be very productive streams. Basically, I should keep going as long as I feel that productivity is happening and I'm not sneezing or coughing too much. Right, there's all the mud down on those ones, so we can move on now. So we're not quite assembly lining, but we're not a million miles away from assembly lining. Right, so we can put the lid back on that, put that to one side. There we go. We can get the lid back on again. Right, let's do some rats. I'll take some. I did have some basilicum grey before, but I wonder, was that the one I used up? That's disappointing, because that's actually the one contrast paint I was thinking I would use for this situation. Never mind, never mind. Let's go with some Black Templar for the ground, and some. Not rattling grime, no. I'm gonna go with this sort of sewer colour for the rats. Right, put a little bit of water in the old pot. Yeah, so for now I'm just going to run this over the non-rat part. I'll try and do this on camera, but I'm doing really simple stuff here. I'm not doing anything. Just gonna block in everything that's not the rat. So the stonework, the base itself, just gonna get a black. Brush was very stiff. I did wash it and put some wax on it, so I'm wondering if the wax doesn't come off. One of my brushes is on its way out, so I keep trying to see if I can rescue it, but I think it probably is done. Right, I think we do go a little bit assembly line here. We kind of just go through them all with the same technique. Like I said, these are really tabletop. You know, these things are going to be on the table and then off the table again. So I'm definitely not going to put a 2-hour paint job into a rat. I'm going to do what contrasts were designed for and have it do the work. Right, zombies I come back to, because zombies I'm not going to cover in black. The spiders, I'm probably going to do them not in a black, because that would be, this won't look very interesting. They're monstrous sized spiders, so I could do these in an assortment of colours. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling about spiders. I don't know if I just don't want to do them in just the obvious jet black. Could go for a colour. You know, they are going to be monstrously sized spiders. You could do them in a red. You could do them in a almost like red with yellow knees or something. I don't know. Not quite decided on what to do. Let's screw it. Let's do a red spider and see what we think. I got 6 of them, so. I could have one red and the rest of him black and have him as the leader of the spiders. It would at least bring a bit of colour to the table. I've got multiple different reds, so I could do them in different shades. They don't look uniform. I could do them in different shades of red. I guess I just don't want to do black. You know, just go, okay, well they're spiders, so they're going to be black, and that's that. Probably would have been easier to paint these and then stick them on the base, but go with what we can do. Again, it won't much matter because I'm going to shove a load of basing materials in there anyway, so if it's messy, it won't matter. It won't matter for underneath the miniature. It'll all be hidden with basing materials. Right, let's let a red spider dry and see where we get to. Let's see what we make of a red spider. Okay. We'll move our red spider to one side. We're going to pick up a zombie. think with a zombie, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to hit them with some Plague Bearer green and then paint their clothes over the top. Again, almost just wash the miniature with it. And then just come out and pick the bits out that I want to pick out. Yeah, so just super quick, just a green base over the top of them. Because we did the Zenith highlight on them, get different shades anyway, so. Andy? We go. Right, we're keeping it going, we're keeping the speed up. So we're now going to do the rats, and I've got this Garagax sewer colour. I'm hoping it's quite a dark brown. Yes, pretty much exactly what I wanted. Obviously the plan being also, once I get this first mission painted, I will then do a live stream of playing the first mission as well. Just be nice to show everyone what the game's all about. Wish all miniature painting was this simple. I'm not hating the red spider. I'm gonna try a different red. The much darker red. What I think I'll do is dry brush them with a lighter red or even an orange. Then pick out like the right. See if I can pick out the spots, the eyeballs and stuff. We've got two different types of red there. A third red would be really good. So that's that colour. So we've got Fleshed Hair is red. We've got Baal red. I think we'll go for one more because we've got Doomfist magenta. That sounds good. Just gives them a little bit of variety. We'll do this one in Doomfist. Sounds pretty cool. This one's a bit more of a pinky red. Like I say, it doesn't matter that it's messy underneath, because by the time we base them, you won't see. There'll just be dirt underneath there, so it'll be fine. Trying to make sure the visible bits are covered. Yeah, so we've got a third kind of shade of the red there. So you've got your three reds. You can see it on the camera. Well, you got different shades. Is all good. So we'll keep this trucking then. We'll go back round again and we'll do the other three spiders. First one was Baal red, so we'll do some Baal red. Probably like the fleshed hair one the best, but they're all pretty good. Speckles all over me painting, Matt. Didn't realise I was flicking paint so much, but I guess given what I'm doing, it's understandable. Probably move my other miniatures. Let's quickly move these so they can dry over there. I don't accidentally flick them with some red paint, which should be not ideal. Move me rats up there. You can go up there. Zombies there. Paint's over here. More spiders, more spiders. More spiders. Those two to be painted. That one's can start drying. I'm going to keep my paint mat clear, am I? This sort of behaviour. Very messy indeed. Your idea. Terrible behaviour. Right, we've got another flesh tearers. In a way, it's good that this brush is nearly knackered, because what I'm doing to it at the moment is not the kindest thing to do. I am just jamming it in places. Right, that's me spiders with some paint on them. We'll let that dry because that had quite a lot of contrast on it, so they will take a little bit to dry. What we can do is go back to the rats and we'll do the rat's tails. We're going to grab a pink. We're going to over exaggerate the colour of these Tails. Okay. Let those dry. Right, now I am going to not do proper painting, but do some painting to these zombies now. You actually need the paint handle for this. I was thinking then of doing each one of them differently, but you know what? I'm just not going to do that because they're just generic zombies that are going to be appearing, being murdered, reappearing. We're a cop out doing all of them with brown hair, but I genuinely have no passion to paint zombies that are going to be on and off the table in minutes. But I'm going to use this purple that's already out. Paint the tabard on this one. I'm going to capture this. Yeah. 1 second, guys, while I deal with something. Dear. Oh dear. What we'll probably have to do is hit this with dirty wash anyway, because otherwise it's going to be too clean. It paints as if like it was like a red dress or something on this miniature, or like a red robe or something. Again, cheating, so I don't have to paint loads of different sets of clothing. I'm just using colours that I already have out so that I don't have to do anything else. That's the beauty of painting zombies, is any tidiness can go straight out the window. Right, back to let those guys dry. Keep the train moving. Let's go back to the rats. Because I'm going to give the rats a little dry brush. Right, so we're going to grab probably this Balor Brown. and something like this brush. And we're gonna get most of the paint off on my hand. Try and just dry brush the rat. Nothing too crazy. Basically that's it. That is a dry brushing of a rat done. And now I'm going to grab my little brush. I'm going to try and capture go with a Corex. We'll go with a Wraithbone, I think. No, it won't. No, it won't. We'll go with a Screaming Skull. That's what we'll go with. It needs a proper shake. 1 second, let me get my little shaker. Used this paint in a while. It's just a bit watery where the pigment's separated from the mixing. Maybe a bit better. That's better. That's I'm going to try. That's his big old rat teeth. We've got some the old eyeball in there. And try and catch the very end of the feet, but realistically, you're just not going to see it. Try. Have a suggestion that there is claws there. But probably by the time I put a wash on there. Okay. So, are those spiders? The spiders aren't dry enough yet. I did use quite a lot of paint on them, so I did them to dry. I'll tell you what I'm probably going to do, guys. Actually, I missed a spider. How did I miss a spider? I missed the pink one. Not a pink one, but I missed a baleful, whatever it's called. What was it called? Doomfire Magenta. That's what I missed. For this stream, I'm probably going to end it now. Did do an hour and a half. We've made quite a lot of progress, but if you're interested in seeing what's going on with this project, I have a project blog over at ontabletop.com. A great website. If anyone's listening back to this at some point, ontabletop.com is a fantastic website for the tabletop community, and they have a project system over there. So whatever you're working on, you can log it, take photos, videos, type your progress, all sorts of things. Just a really good place to share. So over there, I have all my projects that I work on, and I try and as much as I can document the process. Now, fortunately, most of my documenting, the word now, is done through the live stream, so I don't have to do much because I could just point people at this stream. So hey, if you wanted to see what I did to paint that miniature, well, go here and you'll see the whole process. So there is that. Yes. So I'll probably progress this stuff, but a lot of it I might even progress offline because this isn't the most interesting stuff. I only did this tonight because one, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I didn't do my normal Monday night stream. I just did something that got progress in some way. Oh, got me spider. So this felt like at least something got done. Certainly not what I would normally do on this stream. So yeah, this other stuff, I'll probably progress it offline and then do painting streams on more interesting things. So yeah, so there we go. We got quite a lot done. I'm going to continue, but I'm going to end the stream. Got the rats on the way, got the zombies going, got me 6 spiders with me different colors. So yeah, if you want to see what happens to these, either check out my Instagram or check out on tabletop.com and you'll see my project over there. But otherwise, thank you very much for hanging out with me, and yeah, I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.